interesting things with making something like this is I'm creating something that when we put it together, I'm seeing for the first time in certain respects along with everyone else.
When I first saw Mike's 3 ideas that he presented to me, this sphere was by far and away the most beautiful thing I had seen in the imagery. And there was something about it being hollow and huge.
The overall height of it is about 2.3, 2.4 metres. It's made in 26 different sections, starting off with a large polystyrene sphere to actually model the shape of the figures on. I gave Greenwich Hospital 4 different ideas for the sculpture. This was the only one that was a sphere. It's certainly going to be quite complicated to make. During the next few months we'll discover how good or bad an idea that was. The core really of it is all about people. It's about supporting people at the end of their careers, in this instance in the Navy, after years at sea, coming back to Greenwich for their latter years.
Greenwich Hospital was founded by Queen Mary and King William in 1694 in recognition of the fact that naval seamen coming back from war had no hospital to go to specifically. Greenwich Market was established in 1737 by the hospital to provide funds for the seamen and the people who were serving them in the hospital. To have those 210 figures on that sculpture representing every aspect of Greenwich is really important to us.
When we've got the overall rhythm and shape of the piece, it was looking into where we're going to represent the rest of the history of Greenwich. So I started off by approaching a mudlark who's local to the area, who explained how to find things in the river. You will find old clay pipes that are in the mud still. So I used that influence to make a lot of the heads. This die was found in the river, which is made of bone, and there's a little pocket of lead just in one corner so that it will always land on the same number. I kind of like that. And there's other thoughts. There's a story that when the sailors came home, they would bring, if they could, an exotic fruit and actually put it on their front door on a spike to show, firstly, their home, and also that they've got exotic things from tropical parts. Pineapple is a good example of that. So that, as one of the heads, could be kind of fun. People from the market have given me some of their tools they use on their crafts within the market. Oh, there, that's kind of cool. Love that. And so to get a part of their story actually in the piece is fantastic. It's an exciting time, but it's all about the detail and the textures and the final sort of thoughts on how it's going to be. So it looks right in the bronze. The next step now is to make a mould of the clay, which will be the beginning of the lost wax process. It's a long process to create a piece of work like this. Once created in clay, we then make a mould, and from that mould we make a wax image of the sphere. It's then covered in a ceramic. Ceramic is then put in a kiln, heated up. The wax falls out. You therefore have a cavity to pour the bronze into. When you see molten bronze being poured out, it's something you have to treat with a lot of respect And until you've actually poured it and it's cooled, you're not sure whether you have to re-pour. So every element has a lot of love, and then slowly it comes together. It's made in 26 different sections, so they then have to be welded together. The sphere obviously is representing the globe. Greenwich is all about navigation. At the top of the sphere, there's holes representing the medals Navy men were to receive, but sadly died prior to receiving them. And you can see in there holes cut out where those medals would have been. A lot of the guys in the foundry were working for months to meet the deadline of the opening, and the passion and love and skill that's gone into all of those elements would amaze you.
Watching the arrival of the lorry carrying Encompass into the market and then seeing it being revealed was absolutely extraordinary, and it was like, wow. What an extraordinary object that is, and how beautiful.
I've been very lucky in the years I've been doing sculpture to have work all around the world. When I was asked to do something in Greenwich, it was feeling like I'm coming home on my own voyage around the globe.
The way that Mike has put it together, he's reflected on everything that a hospital has done in Greenwich over the last 300 years. There are lots and lots of emblems from London, from Greenwich, and you just want to go and search to see what's there.
It's got rhythms of the sea running through it. Individual personalities, individual lives, hand in hand, supporting each other, encompassing into one unit and one body. What is wonderful about it is the light running through the piece and those shadows of men past, future, present, and the glow within inside the sphere is today and tomorrow, and on the outside is the history that's gone before. And knowing it's going to be there for a long time from now on is something that really does touch my heart, and is something that is very special for me.